A little animation when you get killed by somebody. It shows them, does a little bit of an animation. We didn't really see it there. Kind of just froze there, but that's pretty cool. We can see that guy fall on his face. So it's pretty clear. Shouts as like a $600 graphics card, just running around destroying people. Which I also want to note. I've made a couple comments about the graphics, but without running the stream, I could run this in high def widescreen with no lag, but with the stream on, it's definitely CPU intensive, and it's getting a little FPS choppy. These guys arguing in here, man. This is just typical Counter-Strike pubs. Let's take a look at another Molotov, how we can use it. One thing to note, there's no ping displayed on the scoreboard, which is nice. Maybe some people will stop whining about their ping all the time. So maybe I can get a Molotov kill. That'd be cool. Oh yeah, I want to show you guys the Glock. As you can see on the bottom of the screen, I'm switching between automatic and burst fire. So there's your typical Glock. It has a little bit more recoil when you shoot really fast than maybe 1.6 would have. But the burst fire mode is really cool because it's more like a semi-automatic kind of look. It's pretty badass. Gotten some kills with it. And let's see if we can shoot somebody in the back with it right now. Oh, and when you die, you get a little pool of blood. It's pretty badass. It also, when you shoot people, get a lot of blood splatters, can move their bodies around. All pretty sweet animation. This guy looks like a cripple. And looks like I just picked up another Molotov. That guy's pissed. Just got Molotov'd. Sensitivity also is a lot faster in this game. Default sensitivity is 6. And it looks like we just changed maps. Let's see. It might have brought us back to Dust 2. I mean to Dust. Yeah, it did, unfortunately. So let's see. We got the Deagle now. Deagle looks a lot like the Deagle in Source, and it also. Sorry for these guys that are like screaming. And it also shoots just like the Source Deagle. It feels like an AWP. Just feel like I could just 1-deag somebody. And it also seems like you can spam some of these boxes a little bit more than you would be able to do in Source. I got spammed through this box before. Can probably spam through this one. And as you can see, CTs, their names are red when I see them on my screen, which is kind of confusing. And here it does that little animation again. Seems to be freezing. I think there's supposed to be more to it, but let's see. Sorry about that. As I switched teams, it just kept that guy screaming over and over again. But all talk is on, so I'm gonna actually just join a different server. Hopefully, it'll bring me to a different one. So here we are again on the main screen, which is pretty damn cool looking. Orange color is pretty awesome. Let's see if it'll let me make a LAN server this time. I'd really like to show you guys the different recoil patterns and maybe go through the maps a little bit, but I can't seem to get past this searching screen. Let's give it a minute and see what happens. So that's kind of unfortunate. Let's see if maybe I can do a little trickery and get in there. Might not let me actually spawn though. So let's see. And interestingly enough, if you see in that console, it just said Counter-Strike source. So you can see they did a little copy and pasting when they were doing some of their coding. So game froze a little bit there. Looks like I'm in a server. Okay, so now you can see I'm in a LAN server here. We're in Dust 2, which is drastically changed in sort of textures. The structure of the map is still very similar, and I'm lagging really bad because all LAN servers, when you first start them, you have a bunch of bots in your server. So there's a little command bot_kick. You do that, and all those bots will leave the server, which will definitely improve my FPS right now. So why don't we start with some pistols. The only ones available to buy are the Glock and the Deagle, and the CTs are starting with the P228. So again, the Glock, which looks awesome. You see when I reload, just looks really realistic. Pretty damn cool looking. Shooting with the Glock, running very accurate, just like 1.6 source, very accurate. Burst fire's changed a little bit. Doesn't look to be as accurate, but we won't really know till we start shooting some people in the head. If you look at the spray pattern, use the bullet pattern. If you're still, looks to be pretty similar to source, but a little bit different than 1.6. A little jumping is off a little bit more than I would probably prefer it to be. So Glock's pretty cool. Let's see if we can still buy. I'm gonna need to put some console commands probably. So again, the numbers are different for the guns. So I keep going into the first screen when I'm trying to buy pistols. But here we are with Desert Eagle. When you purchase a weapon, you get automatic full ammo for it. So Deagle, again, very similar to Source. Feels real strong, getting a lot of one-shots with it, and looks totally badass. Pretty big model, which you know, Deagles are pretty big in real life, but models are really big. When you're reloading, it blocks like your entire screen. Can't see anything. And accuracy is very similar to Source. jumping accuracy. Running. All very similar to what we're used to. As you can also see, we're taking a little look at the map. A little closer to the source map rather than the 1.6 version. But that's expected with the graphic improvements that they've made. The window is still like source. The boxes, I like how they have now changed from crates to lots of little boxes that make up the size of a crate. And you can actually see through them a little bit if you line up, right? You can see through the box. We'll have to see how that affects some of the competitive aspects of boxes that you might hide behind. I haven't really seen exactly which boxes are like that. It might affect gameplay. This is pretty cool. Kind of realistic. And let's see if I can respawn, buy some more stuff. And as you see, the kill screen has a dim red look to it. Let's now get a rifle. So there's no restart round. I don't think that's gonna do what I want it to do. So I guess I'll go plant the bomb. So yeah, it doesn't seem like there's a restart round command. Could be wrong. It's also my first time playing. I only played about 35 minutes before doing my first stream, which was a little rough. So bomb plant, should have went over that. It, has a little realistic fingers when they're putting in the number for the bomb. I think timer is set pretty long right now, probably around 40-45 seconds. Pretty noob friendly for these pubs that they have set up. But let's check out the explosion with it. And again, this Glock model just looks so cool. You're reloading, it just looks so realistic. Let's take a look at this bomb screen. And you can also see on the top left under my radar. Ooh, and I got an achievement for setting up the bomb. Alright, so I've got some money now. We've seen the AK, we've seen the AWP. Let's look at the SSG-08. And also, to note, pretty cool, you can see the different specs of the guns. Pretty cool graphic. And we're going to have a couple more guns. You can see there's going to be 3 more guns added for the official launch. So people are kind of used to these auto snipers, so rapid fire. Doesn't seem like I can hold the button down between sniping. Have to let go and click it again. Whereas maybe in the 1.6 T-side sniper rifle, you can just hold it down, just spray, jump crazy. See how accurate. The no scope looks pretty accurate if you're not moving. And of course, it's sniper, so it's super accurate when you're zoomed, standing still. And also to note, the scope gets a little blurry when you're moving. So 1.6 players probably not going to like that too much. Probably not going to like the feel of the AWP and it constantly changing. But source players, it's more of what you know. You're already used to it. It's going to be very easy for you guys to come in the game and just destroy people.